Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is your tarot reading for the week of May 22nd to the 28th. First card out for you is Romance. What a beautiful start to the week, guys. I mean, come on. This is from the Angel Answers deck, and there's so many different types of cards in this deck, and you chose the only one that depicts any form of romance and partnership, so that is beautiful. Romance is definitely in store for you this week, and if you're single and have like no plans whatsoever in engaging in any type of romantic situation here, this is like romanticizing your life a bit more. Finding novelty in your routine, finding quaint little bookshops and cafes on a rainy day. You know, it's that type of beautiful, romanticized type of energy, like you're the main character of your own story here. And of course, if you do have some doorways open for romance to enter, this is a phenomenal week for you there, okay? Any first dates, any dates in general, will go pretty well this week, okay? Any long-term partnerships, it will be going well. There could be a success there, some way, some shape or form, so it's really good. You also have community in reversed coming out of your energy oracle, so this is the energy you'll be working with this week. And this does show some feelings of isolation, I'm not gonna lie. It does show feeling a little bit to yourself, maybe even a little bit lonely, like the normal associates that you once had are no longer in your life for some reason. And I think this ties in with your next card, which is your spiritual lesson this week, which is the medicine wheel in reverse. Now, the medicine wheel has been used in Native American culture for so many, like many years, and it is the sacred hoop of life, the sacred circle of life, the 4 cardinal directions, and the spirit animals which guide those directions. Now, you use the medicine wheel to kind of bring forward whatever is needed in your life, in your village, in your community, to restore that feeling of wellness, empowerment, and essentially just be a full human being, living a full life, needing for nothing, etc. Okay? What is it in your life that is simply not well right now? Where are you lacking wellness? Is it in your health, in your sense of community, your friends, your money? This card coming out in reverse saying the time to delay this healing is almost gone. Like, you need to prioritize this healing really bad this week, okay? So if for a while you've been in your kind of antisocial energy and you've been really neglecting building a beautiful community for you, some beautiful friendships for you, this is the week to get out of your comfort zone, get off your behind, and actually get out there and start making some new friends. If you've been struggling financially, this is the week to get off your behind and actually do the steps required to solve this problem. You've been sitting in this energy of not being in wellness for far too long, and there is a shift going on this week where you are snapping out of it and you're like, enough is enough. I've sat here for long enough, you know? I would expect some blessings surrounding whatever it is in your life that needs healing as well. I feel like the universe is just like, yeah, you've been sitting here long enough. You've been sitting in this dark night of the soul long enough. And I really do suspect some beautiful blessings will be coming in that will help pull you out of this shadow side of things that you have been dealing with. Okay, we're gonna pull 9 cards, 3 rows of 3, to get some further clarification here and some greater details as to what will be going down this week. But I'm loving what we're seeing already. We see lots of romance. We do see this need to go out, socialize more, build a community more, be a part of the community more. So let's see. First card out for you is Love in Reversed. Yeah, wow. This is the Lovers, and it really, in this deck in particular, this is the Good Tarot. It reminds me of the Strength card with the lion and how she's just laying there. I do feel like there has been a decision in the recent past or presently, because the first card out in a tarot reading, and especially in this type of spread, always reminds me of like where you're at currently or where you recently were. Okay, and I'm seeing here that there feels like there has been a decision to move away from someone or something. So you might have just been feeling like some old associates of yours you just don't resonate with anymore. You felt guided to distance yourself. Perhaps there was a breakup. Perhaps there's some sort of separation. It just seems that you're spending more time on your own. And you're not necessarily comfortable with that this week. I'll be honest with you. It feels like there's this sense of longing for community, this sense of longing for love. And I feel like that feeling that you have there is going to be what guides you to these beautiful blessings and romance that is coming forward for you. It's this sense of like, yeah, it feels to me like it's time to start putting myself out there again. It's time to start prioritizing the people around me again. You know, you've been kind of in your shell, it feels like, Gemini, and you're like, yeah, it's time to get back out there. It's time to prioritize my social life once more. Okay. We have the Messenger of Earth. Okay, this is beautiful. This is really steady forward movement. This is a reliable person coming in. This is someone who, they make a friend or they make a lover for, I don't want to say lifetime, but like this is someone who really does plan on being around for a long time. They have no plans on just meeting someone, hanging out, and then they never see you again, you know, unless you truly do not hit it off. But the Messenger of Earth shows a very reliable person who is in your life, who wants to grow with you. And if you don't know who this is yet, they are definitely strongly coming in this week or in the very near future, okay? Messenger of Earth shows forward developments happening in your own life again. So money can be coming through, health can be coming through, a new habit that you've taken on. It feels really concrete, you know? Oh my gosh, right before your reading, I saw someone's post and it was like kind of talking about their gym progress throughout the past 9 months. And they're like, I am fully addicted now. I am never not going to work out. I'm never not going to go to the gym. It's so addicting to just constantly have this wellness increased for me. And I don't know, that just reminded me of the energy that you're working with this week, where it's like either a good habit you've taken on, a new person you met, it's here for a long time. It's not going anywhere, and it's only bringing in more blessings, security, and abundance. So we love to see that. Third card out is the Page of Air in reversed. So communication may be blocked here. Interesting. Page of Air in reverse could also show a very young person, so like a child, or someone who's immature like a child. And they're really struggling with their words right now, really struggling to communicate effectively. So if that rings a bell for anyone in your life, that could be a frustrating influence here. You know, they're just not really good with their words. They're not good at expressing their feelings. And to me, it seems like it's really, if this is an adult, it seems like it's hard to have a healthy relationship or friendship with someone like that, who just doesn't have the basic skills to communicate their emotions and what they're going through effectively. And that type of like fear of communicating openly can cause so much other drama, like hiding, crossing boundaries on accident. So I don't know, we see something there with that you might be dealing with. Second row out, fourth card now. This card is underneath the Lovers. We have the Four of Earth. Stability is coming in really strong as a message for you this week. And I do feel like the money, the people, the success, the developments that happen this week, they are here to stay. And I really do see a forward momentum here. This is a wonderful week for money and health for you. So if you've taken on any healthy habits recently, you're really starting to notice them paying off. And you're feeling guided to take on even more healthy habits. So that is beautiful. We do see, I mean, these cards also indicate money. But I almost want to say like a growing sense of commitment in your life. So if you're just meeting someone new, I do wonder if this will develop into a really strong and sturdy connection that they don't want to let go of. I'm seeing here a message here of someone in your life, and they feel newer to me, to be honest, but they don't have to be, who just really doesn't want to let this connection go. They don't want to let you kind of slip out of their hands, slip through their fingers, which I think is what you deserve. So I almost feel like, Gemini, for some reason, I feel like saying there has been so many connections in your past where I think you just got really used to other people not necessarily being as committed and loyal as you are in your connections. And I just see someone coming through here who is actually refusing to give up on you and doesn't want you to go anywhere. They could, for most of you, this seems like a new person, but even if this is an older person in your life, and even if, you know, you did have some sort of separation for some of you, I just feel like if they're still staying in contact with you, it's because they're very loyal. They don't want to just like, they're not the type of person to just go through people really fast. Does that make sense? Like, they don't want to disown friends, disown former lovers or exes, and then like just move on to the next person and then disown them. You know what I mean? That can turn into a really cyclical pattern that I've noticed in a lot of people, to be honest. Every relationship in life, they're gonna disappoint you at some time, at some point. And I mean, obviously you shouldn't be waking up feeling disappointed in the person every single day. They shouldn't be letting you down every single day. But I mean, that's life, that's nature. No person is perfect. So, I mean, if one time someone slipped up and did something stupid and they don't have a pattern of doing that, I just feel like forgiveness and mending the relationship can sometimes be the better path than necessarily like letting it go, destroying it, moving on, and then having that relationship, like one tiny thing ruins it and then they move on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why I'm saying all of this. I just feel like there's someone in your life who is not the type of person to just throw something away, throw something beautiful away, just because you hit some bumps in the road. And I don't know, it's a really good person for you. And I think that's what you need right now, because I feel like you're coming out of this energy of the community reversed, where you feel like you have maybe cut a lot of people off in your life, or things have not worked out for a lot of people. And I just feel like you're at the point where you're starting to heal from that, and you're like starting to seriously take on your soul family and take relationships, take your social connections a lot more seriously. And I feel like there was a shift within yourself, a shift in your maturity, and now you're almost way more willing than you were in the past to take on I don't want to say that you weren't taking on deeper commitments, but I almost feel like maybe you were a little bit more emotionally volatile, and people who you were deeply committed to in the past, like, I don't know, it just feels to me like you're looking for like your forever people, your forever family, your chosen family, and you're starting to take on your social life way more seriously. Okay, center of the spread, moving on. I could talk forever on that. We have the Messenger of Air. Okay, this is actually really good. And I do want to say this is underneath the Messenger of Earth. So these are like two knights, both upright, one on top of the other. And this to me shows pretty fast forward progression in a certain relationship. This is a very social type of week for you. Like, the energy, the themes here seems to be on healing your social life, healing your relationships, and we see very swift forward movements with someone in your life, very swift communication, and dare I say commitment for some of you. Okay, this is like people or someone in your life who is here for the long run, and they're not afraid to tell you that. They're not afraid to show it through their actions, through their words. So that is just incredibly beautiful. I would also again say expect new communication to roll in this week. All right, it's really interesting. I wonder why we have these two messengers. That to me feels like one relationship in your life, and then this page of air in reversed over here that we saw earlier feels like someone else. Or if it is the same person, maybe this was like them in the past. I don't know. It feels like two different people to me. Or maybe you're thinking that like you're a completely different person now, if it is someone from your past. But again, for many of you, this feels like a really new situation, or like maybe someone that you're dating, not for like a super long time just yet, but I don't know. It seems to be in the developmental stage. And then of course your sixth card out is the Empress. What a beautiful card. This is the card of abundance and divine femininity and like letting people love you. I feel like there's this message here of allowing yourself to receive the love, the loyalty, and like you're finally seeing people in your life who are matching your level of loyalty, who are matching your level of not necessarily wanting these relationships to end and to like move through people super fast, you know? You're meeting people who value you, how you value others and how you value yourself. And I feel like if you did have a negative relationship in the past that has had to end, or friendship that had to end, it may have been because those people were not valuing you, and maybe they were displaying some selfish behaviors. And your lesson there, the reason why you matched up with them energetically, was because you yourself were not being selfish enough. So you matched up with someone who reflects that energy of selfishness. And so they were really selfish, didn't consider you. The relationship seemed to just die out. There wasn't enough energy being poured into it. And then from that relationship ending, you have learned, or that friendship ending, you have learned the lesson of making sure that you are loved, that you are loving yourself, that you are acting a bit more selfishly, okay? Taking care of your needs and wants first and foremost. And I feel like that put you into this season of kind of not focusing on relationships or friendships at all, kind of staying in your lane, staying in your zone, working on your goals, staying hydrated, staying moisturized, you know, all that stuff. But now it feels like you have this shift back, which is totally natural, to where you're like, okay, I actually do need a community, I do need a support group. Totally natural, okay? And because you took the time to do the work, you're going to be attracting some really amazing people. So 3rd row, 7th card, you have the Ace of Earth in reversed. Really interesting. So I feel like some contradictions here, because we have the Ace of Earth in reverse, but then we had this Messenger of Earth upright. And then we had the Page of Air in reverse, but this Messenger of Air upright. So I don't know. It seems to me like there's multiple situations going on here, whereas one situation seems to be like blocking your abundance, not giving you commitment, not giving you like a promising level of stability. There seems to be another situation going on in your life that is offering a lot of stability, a lot of abundance, a lot of maybe even material blessings if it's a job. And then the same exact thing is happening with the air element, with communication, with direction. One thing in your life may be giving you very clouded communication. You don't know where it's going. The future looks very blurry. And then someone else or something else is like, this is exactly what you can expect from me and the future. And I'm communicating very clearly. So to me, it feels like there's 2 different people here almost, or 2 different situations. It could be like an employer. It could be a hobby. It could be anything in your life. It seems to be 2 distinctly different things. And one just ain't doing it, okay? They're not doing the work. They're not giving you any like clear communication, really any benefits at all. They're just giving you confusion. And then here's something else that is actually dedicated, giving you what you need, what you want. This will look so different for some people. I'm actually getting one person watching. It might be one person, but this negative stuff is who they were in the past. And then all this positive stuff is them now, and you're like 2 different people now. Or like you're a whole different person, or vice versa. It could be the other way around. Maybe they were a great person in the past, now they suck. That has happened to me one time with an old friend of mine who, long story, I won't get into it. But for many of you, this does feel like 2 distinctly different people. Maybe someone from your past who relationship ended was this person who didn't offer any communication, or everything just seemed confusing. And now this week you're meeting someone new, which would make sense because there's this high romantic energy, and it's like, oh my gosh, like this is everything that I didn't get before, but I didn't realize how much I needed it. It just feels so good because it's like, wow, I was really settling before. So I don't know. It'll come through differently for all of you, but you get the point. 8th card out is the 2 of Earth, stability. Yeah, you're finding that stability. Things are getting way more stable for you. And you're bringing in more stable people in your life. You're not constantly going to have to question their place in your life. And then final card out is the 6 of Water. There's this sense here of happiness in your relationships, in love. Also coming to peace with the past. The 6 of Cups does show like past people coming back, but you're happy about it. You're really pleased with who they became. So I do wonder if for many of you, even if it's just a minor situation this week, someone from your past really surprises you with how much growth they have done. But I don't know, overall, this is a card of good business, good money. Wow, I didn't even mean to say that, but maybe there is good money this week. This is good, like, love, good happiness, feeling really happy and inspired when you talk to someone. It gives that feeling like after a conversation, you just leave feeling really like smiley and happy and inspired by the person you're talking to. And I almost feel like you've been craving this for so long. You've been craving this type of love, this type of person who's actually positive and good for you for so long, and you're finally attracting it, which is so beautiful. And I feel like this is the end of a period of loneliness for you. This is the end of a period of... I also feel, you know what's interesting? I feel like this is a mirrored effect as well, because it's like, it seems like the people in your life are leveling up because you are leveling up. And you remember how we were saying like, wow, you changed so much, like you're two different people? I feel like that's also within you. You are like two different people, like day and night, from how you were weeks ago. I want to say weeks, could be months, could be years, but like even just weeks ago, the amount that you have changed has been day and night, and that is why the people around you are reflecting similar changes, okay? Like the people around you are like so much better than the people you used to attract in the past, and there's so much more stability coming in for you because you changed your inner vibration first. So beautiful stuff. Thank you for joining me. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I was gonna say group number, and then I'm like, not a pick a card reading. Not a pick a card reading. Okay. Comment how this resonated with you down below. I would love to read it. Like this video to help a gal out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you do want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description. spiritpsychic.org. Bye bye.